Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. So, my name is Tina Fenton, and I will be doing a presentation on organizational communications. So, we are going to start. So, again, my name is Tina Fenton, and this is my PowerPoint presentation on organizational communications. So, this is the agenda. We'll be discussing organizational communications, the functions in business, in the business relating to organizational communications, why transparency is important, targeted messaging versus corporate branding. We'll be talking a little bit about the shaping of Acme's brand and what we can do with the strategies, and some strategies to build or maintain Acme's reputation, and some of the uses that we can use for Acme. So, organizational communications, it's communications that is structured by the particular organization. Communications is influenced by the organizational hierarchy. It is the meaning of language changes depending on the context. It is also the fundamental process that shapes our social reality. Organizational communications is the transmitting of data to senders and receivers. And organizations are the visible manifestations of human activity of communication. So, an organization is an ongoing collection of images, symbols, messages, decisions, interactions, interpretations, etc. Organizational communications continued. It requires four effective competencies. One being knowledge and competency, which is the ability to comprehend the communication of the organization. It's developed through human communication and the interactive process of the human nature. It also explores the roles of people in the organization and the correlation between the organization. Competency number two are the skills, which is the ability to initiate and consume the organizational messaging effectively while properly evaluating the organizational structure's conditions. It is developed through evaluation and application and can be experienced through case studies and sensitive individuals' experiences. Sensitivity is a third competency, which is the ability to accurately examine and get a sense of the organization's values and feelings. It's also developed through assessing the theories being used about communications and organizations, and the examination of leadership and conflicts, along with individuals and similarities, play a role in the impact of sensitivity competency. The last competency is values, which is contributing to the organization's merit by taking personal responsibility for effective communication. It's developed by discussing personal responsibility within the organization and some ethical dilemmas and the importance of values related to the organizational communication within the organization are examined. Some functions in the business. Uh, so the first function is motivation, which is where the manager will provide incentives and communicate expectations to more than certainly provoke the highest performance from an employee. The next function is control, which is where the organization applies policies and procedures that are put in place by the company through HR to ensure control and order among the employees. The third function is interaction. Interaction between the employees and customers is a crucial component to the success of the company. The fifth function is providing information. Information is sent both written and verbally throughout the organization to ensure that all parties are on the same page. Next function is providing feedback. All members of the organization can communicate in a way that allows everyone to give and receive feedback. We're going to talk a little bit about transparency and why it's important within organizational communication. So transparency is important because it is critical that all parties within the organization either be on the same page or close to understanding what the vision and mission is of the organization to ensure the success of the company. Transparency also provides a comfortable environment for all parties involved and eliminates the feeling of seclusion. Employees who feel the organization is truthful and honest, who has nothing to hide, will perform better for the organization. It is also beneficial to provide an atmosphere where there is mutual understanding, creating a space for all parties to feel comfortable with probing and asking questions for clarification. Some of the strategies, the differences between targeted messaging versus corporate branding. Targeted messaging focuses on perfecting the message with certain techniques and strategies. And it also focuses more on the traditional public relations and outreach events. Corporate branding shapes the business, um, and it makes certain that the offerings that they provide um, set them apart from the actual competition. And it's set to mold your delivery system to your consumers. So, shaping Acme's brand. Organizational communication can be used to shape Acme's brand because Acme can build the kind of communication they would like within their culture. Excuse me. It can also help everyone, whatever the role in the agency, understand the importance of communication and the functions it entails. It can also give Acme direction with messaging and intentionality, picking target audiences and appealing to the right segment. It will help Acme understand the differences of level and how to communicate effectively to proper channels. Some strategies that can build Acme, understanding what makes the messaging. Acme is definitely, if Acme is setting out the right message and is it effective? Understanding what makes the messengers Acme uses effectively. Number three, Acme needs to practice and repeat. Um, Number four, Acme needs to focus on the benefits of what we are doing versus the future. Number five, Acme needs to stick to the foundation that we have built. Number six, perfect the takeoff and the landing. Number seven, keeping the message without appearing programmed or scripted. So, some of the uses, these strategies can be used to build Acme's brand and maintain Acme's reputation by learning the communication process, assessing the tools it will take to effectively run the organization, learning the ins and outs of organizational behavior, and using it to build the culture of Acme. This is my reference page for where I received all of my information, and that is the end of my slideshow. I hope you enjoyed and learned something as I have done.